Welcome everybody to yet another coffee time with Hako, the show where I have a morning coffee and then I jump off into the void. Well met everybody, today latte in a Bernese mug. In this coffee time, number I think 93, we are going to be talking about Dialyn. Now, I've been playing her extensively on the creative beta server for like the last week. And I've already done one coffee time talking about her, but here's how I like to do things. I do one after I have like 24 hours under my belt with the character and give you an initial impression. Then I do a later one close to the band release. So I've had time to do some more testing and like some more trying out of Dialyn. And I'm here to like give you a more in-depth like Dialyn talk, where we will go through all of the positives and all of the negatives with the character, and I'll do my best to make you more informed so you can make a more informed decision if you think that Dialyn is worth going for. So let's start with the basics. What is Dialyn and what does Dialyn do? Dialyn is the new physical stunner. She is meant to be paired up with either Rupture or Attack Radiance. Hako, does she provide anything for normal agents? No. Basically nothing whatsoever. So don't pull her in hopes to like power up your anomaly teams, because that won't happen. Instead, she is meant to go with any attacker, any Rupture agent, and I mean any. All of the like this list, only attacker, only Rupture agents, and she works with all of them. And she is the best in slot stunner for all attacker teams and all Rupture teams currently, which is not bad. Oh, Hako is saying that she's power creeping every single other stunner. Basically yes. Oh, Hako is surely not Ju Fufu with G1. Yeah, even in that case, there's a slight edge to Dialyn. So, she's an absolutely cracked stunner, and part of what makes her so cracked is the fact that she can transform chain attacks into ultimates, and she also has some potent buffs. And she pairs extra well with attacker or Rupture agents that are really like alt focused, so like Yishuan, Ellen, Evelyn, etc. But she works with all Rupture or attacker agents. Now, number 2, how strong is Dialyn? So, with all of that in mind, how strong would I say that Dialyn is? She power creeps all other stunner colleagues, and she works with all attackers, all Ruptures. I'm giving her a strength rating of 9 out of 10. Hako, shouldn't she be a 10 out of 10 if she's the absolute strongest? Arguably, yes, but I reserved the 10 of 10 to like when we have a really like bad, severe case of power creep. Like Dialyn and Ju Fufu in a Yishuan team, they are kind of close, and like there are some other examples where they are still kind of close. So like she doesn't leave all stunners so far in the dust that we can no longer see them. She is strong, but I'm happy she's not stronger. I'm happy she's a 9, not a 10. But she's fantastic. Super strong, super flexible, works in every team, and quite fun. And let's talk about that. Number 3, fun. How fun is Dialyn? Now, we have like 2 different kind of stunners. We have the stunners that play themselves, and we have the stunners where we actually need to control them. Dialyn is more of a stunner that we actually get to play, which I do enjoy. As much as I love Ju Fufu as a character, I don't like her playstyle because there is no playstyle. She just plays herself, and sometimes you press one button and that's it. I prefer to actually play my characters. So Dialyn being more of an interactive element, I really do enjoy. We need to keep up like her buff from her EX special. We need to make sure that we have debuffed the enemy before a stun window, and we also like need to time when we transform our chain attack into an ultimate, etc. So she's a lot more like, I don't know, there's a lot more micromanaging and stuff with her compared to most other stunners, and I personally really enjoy that. But since she still is a side character, in a 3-minute encounter, we're not gonna see her too much. I'm giving her a fun rating of 7.5 out of 10. For number 4, this is a question I've received a lot. Hako, Ju Fufu, or Dialyn? Now, you might know me by now, and I would say, always pull with your heart, pull whatever character that you want. That's the way you've done the most fun. But just objectively speaking, like, it's Dialyn. All day, every day, it is Dialyn. In the teams where Ju Fufu is especially good with G1, Dialyn is still a little bit better. And in any team that isn't a Yishuan team, Dialyn is a lot better than Ju Fufu. So overall utility, overall value for your account, flexibility, I would have to recommend Dialyn. Now there is like one case where I would maybe recommend Ju Fufu instead. 1. Ju Fufu works really good without her engine. Like you can slap her on Hellfire gears and you'll have almost the exact same results. She's quite flexible with her engine. Dialyn, like needing to get as close as she can to 100% crit rate, she needs her engine a bit more, I would say. Also, like I said, you need to have your head a little bit screwed on with Dialyn, like there's more to keep track of. Meanwhile, Ju Fufu is, she plays herself, she is an autoplay button. So, for the casual players, Ju Fufu is fantastic. Because at Dialyn, where you just press buttons and you don't really know what you're doing, you're gonna get better results with Ju Fufu. But if you know a little bit what you're doing, you can check my guide for Dialyn on channel. Like Dialyn will outperform Ju Fufu, but for the very casual people that just, they don't care, they don't want to learn mechanics, they just wanna like relax, not worry, like not try hard at all, Ju Fufu might be a better option. Number 5, how investment hungry is she? I will say M0W1, she feels great. Lacking her engine, she feels a little bit so and so. Her engine is very great, and one of the big things is just how much energy it provides. Without this, you need to like run energy on number 6, or you kind of want to do that. And hopefully you have some stars on a Hellfire gears. Like, she feels great, M0W1, not as great if you don't have her engine. When it comes to manscapes, M1 is great, M2 is also great. Like, if you're looking to go a little bit deeper into her, she has some like very good investment point. I would say she feels great, M0 with engine, but it is one of those characters where like I do feel like the engine is, I don't want to say mandatory because you can get by without it, but she feels a hell of a lot better with the engine. Number 6, all of the pros I can think of. So, she is strong. She is stronger than any other stunner in the game. So like obviously, maybe you have just started, you haven't really got a good stunner roster. She is a very good pick because she outperforms all the other stunners. So for example, for the newer people that are still like trying to build up their like stunner arsenal, she is great because she outperforms all other stunners. So even if you miss them, you don't need to lose too much sleep over it. The people like myself that has pulled all of the other stunners, it's a little bit of a salty feeling that, she outperforms all of them in all teams that they were the GOATs in. But hey, it's the nature of the Gacha games, eh? And another fantastic con is that she works so well with all, like every single Rupture Agent, every single Attacker Agent. Like there isn't a single like team that she's actually bad or, just half good in. She's the GOAT in all of the teams. And also the patch after this one, so 2.5, we're getting Ye Shungguang. And she's gonna be a physical attacker. Now, attackers and stunners are always sticking together, so chances are that she's gonna be like the, best slot unit for the upcoming Void Hunter character. And that needs to be factored in, and of course it's great that she works amazingly with all characters that we have currently. Number 7, cons. This one is a little bit hard to think of. 1, she doesn't really work with anomaly agents. You can't have it all, eh? And so far, one of the only stunners that like really shines with anomaly agents is kinda Trigger, in some niche cases lighter. But yeah, mostly stunners are not for the anomaly cast, and like so is the case with Dialyn as well. Other than that, I can't really think of another con with her. She needs her engine more than Ju Fufu needs hers, maybe? Yeah, I can't think of another con. She's a great unit. Now let's do number 8, overall pull rating, and after that we'll go through when maybe you should consider skipping and when you should consider really pulling. But overall pull rating for Dialyn, I'm gonna give her a 9 out of 10, which is among the highest scores I've ever given out. Stunners, they are fundamental in making most attacker and most Rupture agents works, and Dialyn is hands down the best stunner in the game. And something I enjoy a lot is that she shakes up every single rotation that we have in the game currently. So like Dialyn together with Ellen, like it transforms how Ellen works. Put her in with Yujuan, also transforms it. Like she shakes it all up because she's not just a stat stick, she allows you to like cast an additional ultimate, which like severely shakes up the gameplay, and I do really like that. had she also worked with the normal agents, she would have been a clear 10 out of 10. But yeah, she is fantastic. Now, number 9. When should you consider not pulling for Dialyn? Listen to me closely. If you don't like Dialyn, like you don't like that she's a little bit short, you don't like the vibe, whatever, don't pull. You can get through the game, fine with characters that you actually want to play, which I think is the best way to play the game. Also, if you're like me and you have like a full array of already kitted out stunners, the need for Dialyn obviously diminishes. Even if she's the best, even if she is the best in slot, Trigger, Lighter, Fufu, Xing Yi, they still get the job done. It's just that Dialyn gets it done slightly better. Number 10. When should you pull? Well, if you want the new best in slot stunner in the game, for attack radius, for rupture radius, and if you feel like some rotations have gotten a little bit stale and you want to shake it up, Dialyn is the perfect way to reinvigorate old characters and basically make them feel new or fresh again, because that's kind of what her twist to all rotations brings to the table. For the last one, number 11, my pulling plans for Dialyn. So what I think I'm gonna be aiming for, now this will only happen if I have some good luck on my side, but I will be aiming for M0W1 Dialyn. In some cases, if the engine isn't needed, I skip the engine, but in Dialyn's case, she feels so much better with the engine, so I'm not gonna be skipping that one, but if I lose to 75-25, I might have to. And now finally, let's do some closing words. These videos are not made to sell you a character. It's meant for me to pass down my impressions, my knowledge, my experience with the character that I've accumulated from the last week or 2 weeks, however long time it's been, before a character comes to the banner. So I want to help you, give you as much information as possible so you can make the right decision for your account. And all of my thoughts and experience and impressions of Dialyn have been formed on the creator server. Chances are that changes happen before she reaches the live servers. Chances are that I encountered bugs, etc. I haven't noticed any, but some you don't notice. So everybody, let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited about Dialyn? Will you be pulling Dialyn? And how deep are we going? And what's your thoughts regarding her? And as always, thank you so much for watching. And hey everybody, we passed 7,000 subscribers on the channel. Big thank you for that. Huge milestone. And literally couldn't have done it without you. It's been a hell of a ride, and let's keep trucking on. I appreciate all of you so much. Have a big hug, and until next time, Hako out.